The year was 2030. It was silent and as dark as midnight, except for a boy rummaging through his junkyard box. He wanted to build a robot that could almost do anything for him, even though he had two more robots. His name was Tom. He was a famous kid scientist from 2020 to 2030, and his robots were seen all around the world. But he wasn't just making any robot, he was going to make a walking, talking android that could build inventions. But before I tell you that story, I have to tell you this story. Tom was born in 2016. If he was alive today, he would only be 1 year old. 4 years after 2016, his life changed. He made robots. His robots were seen all around the world in 2025. He was also really smart. We're getting off track here. Let's go back to the android story. His last and final touches of his robot were probably the hardest part, but once he was all done, he said, "Build a Shrinkinator." The robot started rapidly building it and gave it to him. He laughed his evil laugh, even though he wasn't evil. His hair started to make electricity, and it flashed throughout the room. Wah-ha-ha-ha. What he didn't know is whenever he says that, it started to rapidly build inventions it wasn't programmed to do. It made this Bashirnator, and it gave it to him. He held it out by a glass of water, thinking it would shrink, but it turned into Basher liquid. Soon enough, everything in the room was Basher way, and it was moving. These Bashers weren't allowed to stay here, so they had to make an invention. But his robot was going crazy, and he couldn't be fixed. He had to think of something before the police knew. Bing! An idea ran into his head. What if the police could tell me an idea about making an unbashinator? Sorry, kid, no such thing. Tom was very mad and sad at the same time. You know what, kid? If I ever had bashers in my house, I would keep them. Tom's smile started to build up. They could build inventions. Thanks. Welcome, said the police. After that happened, he told all the bashers that they could stay. Woohoo, said all the bashers.